in a previous VUC, I ran through eForms and the link between eForms and workflow and the functionality that's attainable via coupling eForms and workflow. So one of the VUC attendees requested and said, hey, can you talk to us or show us more about the tables in the eForms and calculations in particular, and also conditional formatting? So we'll do that. I'll just close this one down, and I want to open up something I prepared earlier. So this is a sample form, a recipient created tax invoice form that, let's say, as a hypothetical, if I was a school and I'm sick to death of getting, carbon copies of the tennis coaches' invoices, I say, okay, Bob, you need to use this form for now. Here's the link. Go fill it out monthly, and this will route into the AP workflow, and away we go. So Bob fills out his form and comes and fills out each of the lines, and you'll see here we've got a quantity, we've got a price, and then it's gone and done a calculation. So I've left this one blank. I'll put a 1 in there. I'll put $500, and I'll spell educating, right? Oh no, that was adjudicated, sorry. So we can see here by putting 1 and 500 in, it's gone and automatically tallied that. If I change that to 700, you'll see my total down the bottom will change, and then this data can be routed and mapped straight into the file-bound file data. What I can do by having this option turned on the eForm also is add a new entry. So there's tennis equipment hire, 1 at $350, and we can see here I could keep adding lines if I needed to. The other thing that I wanted to show was conditional formatting. So this is a very basic example of a preferred payment method. So I click on check, and here Bob can, if obviously I agreed to pay by check, he could write the name that he wants to appear on the check, as long as it's not C-Ash. And the second one is direct deposit. So, putting in the account name, BSB and account number. So, as was requested, rather than just showing you what that looks like, I'm going to show you how that's done. So if I jump into my employees project, and we go into our forms and web forms, time off request forms. This is the one that I'm going to hack up for the demonstration purpose. So just to show you what this looks like right now, I'll click on web preview, and we've got our form here where I select the type of leave it is and enter the start and end date, so on and so forth, maybe even sign it at the bottom. What we need to do is, if the requirement is, if sick leave is requested, that a box pops up for the individual to upload their medical certificate. So what we'll do is come down to buttons and actions. I'll grab this file upload button. Now, I'm no awesome web developer, which is why I love file-bound defaults, because they make me look awesome. I'll come up to text here and drag my label out, and I'll say here, upload medical certificate. So that's put that on our form, but we only want it to appear when sick leave is requested over here. So I'm going to select my object, come to edit rules, and say show this control when any of the following conditions are met. So when request type is sick day, and I'll have to do the same for the actual upload button as well. So when request type equals sick day, and I'll save that. I'll just save my form. Now I'll just preview that quickly, and we'll see what that's done. So request type is vacation, yeah. Request type is personal, yeah. Request type is sick day, and there it's popped up. Now I'm prompted to go and upload this medical certificate. Obviously, we could make that a required field, and there's other things we can do with that. But I thought at the first level anyway, that was worth showing you that. The other thing that has been requested is that we put a table in that allows individuals to enter times. So I'm just going to scooch this down a little bit. So I'll put a table in here. I'll come back to my toolbox. I'll select the table and drag it onto the eForm. And I'll just make it a little bigger. And I need to give it 4 columns, and then I'll configure these columns. So the first one is going to be called date. And that is obviously going to be a date field. the next one, what was I going to call that? Down here, hours, and that is going to be a numeric field. The third column is called rate per hour, but it's the pay rate. That's also a numeric field. And the last one is called total. That's also a numeric field. And the other thing we're going to do is include a total row there. So we'll add that total row. So in order to calculate this total here, we obviously need to multiply the number of hours requested by the rate per hour. So to do this, I would come down into the calculations box and type in B times, which is the asterisk symbol, C. So we're going to multiply column B by column C. Now if I click on done, I'll just pretty this up a little bit because we need to make it look pretty. And I save that and go web preview. I've added a table in as well. So once again, say it was sick leave, I have to go and upload a file, and that'll lead me to upload a superannuation form. And then coming to my date here, choose the date I was away on the 12th. I had 4 hours off. I'm paid $25 an hour, and it's gone and done my calculation over here on the right, and then totaled at the bottom. So if the next day I was also unwell and I had 2 hours off at $25 an hour, it's gone and tallied that all up. I would then sign my form and submit it, and away it would go down its workflow.